On this episode of WGTV, Walnut Grove's vending machines face a defect.
Last week, I was trying to get a honey bun from the vending machine on my way to third period. But when I tried, it got stuck in the corner.
A piece of Frontier Park calls for a time of remembrance.
It's a good place to come and see that there's a little bit of her or something, just a good memory, a good reminder.
And some students find a creative way to support basketball in the student section.
We were acting like we were actual ESPN reporters, we even did halftime interviews, kind of like what we thought on the game.
These stories and more on this episode of WGTV.
Good afternoon, Wildcats, and thank you for tuning to this episode of WGTV. Live from the Grove, I'm Olivia Cook.
And I'm Camila Salinas.
We have many exciting stories coming up, but first, Camila's going to catch you up on what's been happening at the Grove. Camila.
Thanks, Olivia. Prosper Education Foundation scholarship applications are currently open and will remain open until February 26th at 4 p.m. This opportunity requires one teacher reference and one community reference for submission. More information can be found in your weekly email. The clothing drive around the school for the Fashion Club is currently accepting donations. Donation boxes will be placed in the library and in room 1426. This is a perfect opportunity to clean out your closet and give to those in need. The City Council of Plano has been voting on whether to pursue DART, the Dallas Area Rapid Transit. The vote will occur on May 2nd, where city leaders will determine if DART is productive or inefficient. If voted yes, the new transit system will be fully operational within the city limits the next day. Amber Glenn recently earned a gold medal in the Winter Olympics in figure skating. Not only is this another gold medal for the United States, but is a win for the local area, as she was born and raised in Plano.
Camila, what is your favorite snack from the vending machine?
My favorite snack is those little Belvita cookies, the blueberry ones.
Oh, those are really good. I actually recently tried buying them, but they got stuck in the vending machine.
Did you not get your snack at all?
I didn't, and it's been happening to a lot of students here at the Grove. As a matter of fact, Lucas Bell takes a look into how this issue influences students selecting their snacks.
You can't shake it anymore. It's like stuck.
Walnut Grove has many amenities within its walls, including the vending machines. However, a recent malfunction has been affecting the way students approach their favorite snacks.
Last week, I was trying to get a honey bun from the vending machine on my way to third period. But when I tried, it got stuck in the corner, so I had to buy two. And that was a very big inconvenience for me because I didn't want to spend more money on 2 honey buns.
With this fault occurring, many questions linger in the air as this problem has not yet been solved.
Like any piece of technology, things break. And so the machines, they have a lot of moving parts. They have individual motors per coil. There's just lots of different wires and everything. They're kind of complex, especially with the card readers, the cash readers. There's a lot of things that could go wrong.
Other Prosper ISD schools have vending machines facing similar problems, Richland in particular.
So Ms. Mose keeps a spreadsheet. And she'll fill it out with student's name, the date, and the amount that the machine took. And when our vending machine vendors come back, she provides that spreadsheet to them, and they'll refund the money. We are aware of the issue, and we're constantly in contact with them just to let them know, because of course we don't want students to be spending money and not getting their product.
Remember, when buying snacks at the vending machine, there's a chance you might buy 2. For WGTV, I'm Lucas Bell.
If your snack gets stuck, go to the front office and they will put your name on a notepad so you can eventually receive your snack.
A parasitic fly called the screwworm fly currently threatens the state's economy, as these flies lay eggs on open wounds and feed on living tissue, posing a threat specifically to cattle. These flies are detected as close as 70 miles from the border from Nuevo Leon. Officials are releasing sterile male flies within 50 miles from the border, intending for them to mate with the female flies and lay unfertilized eggs. An Amazon delivery drone crashed in North Texas, hitting the side of an apartment building. The crash created no injuries, but did cause damage to the building. although recent snowstorms have come through the United States. According to data from National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, February is when more powerful northeastern storms arrive. Typically, a path along Interstate 95 from Virginia to Maine get more snow in February than any other month. Olivia, did you watch the halftime show with Bad Bunny?
I did, and I absolutely loved it.
I can't believe there were so many celebrities like Lady Gaga and Pedro Pascal.
Yes, so they definitely had a ton of viewers because of that.
For sure. Speaking of viewership, Bad Bunny's performance this past Sunday got an estimated 135.4 million views, breaking the previously set record of 133.5 million views, a halftime show set by Kendrick Lamar this past year.
A special spot in Frontier Park is holding more memories than meets the eye. Christopher Munchmeyer has the story.
It's a good place to come and see that there's a little bit of her or something, just a good memory, a good reminder that she was here.
In 2017, Prosper was deciding the name of what is now Frontier Park. One of the name suggestions was put in by Belinda Younglove, naming the park Piper's Place. Piper, Belinda's daughter, was just your average baby until she turned 1.
She had Lee's syndrome or Lee's disease. It's called both. It's a mitochondrial disease that's genetic, so she was born with it. We didn't know that we were carriers of it. She was diagnosed right as she turned 1, and we were told to take her home and love her while we could because there was no cure or no treatment for it.
Piper passed away on January 16th, 2011, at 1 year old, not even 1 month away from her 2nd birthday. The town of Prosper went with a different name than Belinda suggested, but they still gave her something in return.
Piper's Place. So when this park was being built, the city of Prosper asked for suggestions for the name of the park, and I never expected them to use it, but I submitted the name Piper's Park, and obviously they didn't use it, which was fine. I didn't expect them to, but they surprised us with having that area.
Her family looked for any solution there was and came across a drug called E743, an investigational drug designed to treat inherited mitochondrial diseases. At the time, it was showing great promise. However, the FDA had very strict guidelines as who they allowed into the trials. Piper needed a genetic diagnosis, which she didn't have.
I wish we'd done more, to be honest. It was hard. She was a triplet, so we had her 2 sisters as well.
I mean, we typically on, the day of her passing, which is in January, we would come out here and release balloons, with the kids and stuff like that and kind of have a moment with them and stuff like that. So it's been a tradition to do that.
After Piper's passing, Belinda took to social media, sharing her story. Since the FDA has recently announced that it will now allow children without a genetic diagnosis into the trials. A reminder of this can always be found and seen at Piper's Place in Frontier Park.
It's nice. It's one way of many, that we can honor her, whether it's just remembering her, talking about her with friends. When it gets brought up, people say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like, no, we don't want to pretend like she didn't exist. We're happy to talk about it. It's heartbreaking and it hurts, but it's continuing to talk about her and keep her memory alive, kind of thing. But this is a nice little addition to that.
Piper would have turned 17 on February 7th, or this past Saturday. For WGTV, I'm Christopher Munchmeyer.
When visiting Frontier Park, always remember the significance behind Piper's Place and honor the echo of her life. On the topic of significance, Austin Cunningham is in studio with some sports highlights. Austin?
Thanks, Olivia. Let's start off on the diamond where the softball team kicked off their season at home against Keller on Tuesday. Despite the Wildcats taking an early 3-0 lead, Keller proved a worthy opponent as they rallied late in the game to take the win 5-3. The girls' soccer team took the field on Tuesday night for a home game against Melissa. The Wildcats controlled the game from start to finish with a final score of 5-0. The win was even more special for the seniors on the team, who were honored as part of the team's senior night. On the other side of the field, the Wildcat boys' soccer team kept their winning streak alive in Melissa. Mason Kutch and Wheeler Clayton were a formidable duo as they combined for all 6 of the Wildcats' goals to go with 3 assists, leading to a 6-1 win for the Wildcats. The win officially made Texas boys soccer history as the Wildcats broke the record for most wins without a loss with 43. Going 43-0-2 in a 2-year span and a streak of 31 consecutive wins doesn't just happen overnight. Getting the story behind the historic numbers, Christopher Munchmeyer was on the field Tuesday night with Coach Kutch, the head boys soccer coach.
I'm here with Coach Kutch after the Melissa game. Can you tell me what the emotions are right now after beating the scoring record? The emotions it's been a continuous run, so it's been a long journey, and I'm looking to see what the future's going to end up being for the rest of the season for this team. I mean, on top of 43 consecutive unbeaten games, 31, I think it is, consecutive wins, it's a monster program, especially only being a few years old.
For WGTV, I'm Christopher Marshall.
The Wildcats will look to continue their historic winning streak on Tuesday when they travel to Denison to take on the Yellow Jackets. Moving to the hardwood, the Wildcat boys basketball team traveled to Melissa to take on the Cardinals. After going down 15-7 in the first quarter, the Wildcats fought hard to even the game at 26 going into halftime, before ultimately losing with a score of 62-53. The Wildcat girls basketball team finished off their regular season with a resounding 66-43 win over Melissa. The win capped off a perfect 14-0 record in district play for the Wildcats, who now head into the playoffs as district champs. And while I may be the sports anchor here at WGTV, I'm not the only one covering Wildcat sports. There were some commentators at the boys basketball game this past Friday who had their own analysis on the game. Tate Strickland, Lucas Hickey, and Amir Granados are at the game with courtside coverage. Guys?
It's not rare for student sections to get loud. However, on February 8th, the student section looked a little different.
So we were acting like we were actual ESPN reporters, we even did halftime interviews, kind of like what we thought on the game, what we thought we needed to do. So I think they were all kind of laughing about it and stuff, kind of got morale up and stuff. I also think the other team kind of was caught off guard about it.
Their impression wasn't just unique, it built an atmosphere that helped the players get in the zone.
When I first saw Amir and Hickey come in with their business suits and ESPN, it was kind of funny. And then going through the game and seeing them with a straight face with their headsets on, it was just funny, but it's also cool because they're always come to our games to bring energy every single time. And they're always going to be our 12th man.
The idea didn't come out of nowhere. Amir, Lucas, and Tate are all on the football team and wanted to give back to those that supported them.
So last home game, me and Hickey and Tate, we had the idea, let's get an ESPN booth going, try to hype up the guys, big game against Anna. So I kind of put it into place, got us a table, got us a sign, spent a little bit of time, got some headsets, dressed nice, and it was a lot of fun to come out and show my support for the basketball team. The whole idea, the concept of going above and beyond for that really puts an emphasis on people showing up to our games. It shows them the importance of supporting the basketball team because they came to a lot of our football games and we just want to bring that energy to the court. And so we had a really good turnout and a lot of people came and complimented the booth and addressed the occasion.
All three football players showed there's more to being an athlete than just competing. For WGTV, I'm Ryan Shelton.
While I love to see the Grove student section involved in Wildcat sports, I may have to watch out with all these up-and-coming sports personalities coming for my job. That's all for your sports recap for WGTV. I'm Austin Cunningham. Back to you, Olivia and Camilla.
Thank you, Austin. That's all we have for today's episode. For WGTV, I'm Camila Salinas.
And I'm Olivia Cook. Thanks for watching, and remember, Wildcats, set the standard.